Sairam, all of you. A very warm welcome to all of you. How are you all? I want to listen some interesting statement. I'm fine, thank you. This is a very common statement. I want something else. I am better than yesterday. It's much better. So, are you all enjoying? Are you all enjoying your online classes? Tell me. Yes, we all are enjoying. Even teachers are also enjoying, and students are also enjoying, isn't it? Yes. So, as you were able to see on your screen, that today is your English. Your English turn. So, which chapter we are studying? We are studying chapter 2. A school with a difference. What is the name of the chapter? A school with a difference means that is a particular school in which we find some differences which we cannot find in generally. Okay. All have done the difficult words. All have written 10 difficult words. Word meaning along with its sentence, all have made one more sentence of each and every word. It is your homework. It was your homework. You have to do that. Have you done or not? From every word which I have given the meaning as well as sentence, you also have to make a sentence from it. Yes, I have given. So before starting the chapter, I would like to explain about the writer. So children, this is the writer of the story which we are going to study. What is the name of the chapter? A school with a difference. Yes. So the name of the writer is E.V. Lucas. E.V. Lucas. Now we study about the author. E.V. Lucas was an English writer of essays, biographies, short stories, novels, plays, and poems, in addition to being an editor and a publisher. He was well loved by readers and critics, alike from his comic touch. Some of his favorite subjects included the City of London, travel, and cricket. So, E.V. Lucas is the writer who has written this chapter which we are going to study, today. So, whenever we meet children, then only we do reading from the book. Now, I am providing you with the summary of the chapter A School with a Difference, written by E.V. Lucas. Whenever we meet in school, at that time we will do the reading. If you are already having books, then you can do your reading. All right? Children, I first like to give you some important points of the chapter which I am going to read. You understand and listen this very carefully. All right? Although we are not reading from the book directly, but I am giving you some important points from the chapter, and then after all these points, I will give you the summary of the chapter. Understood? I hope you all are ready with your notebooks and pens. Notebook should be your rough notebook or any other practice notebook which you have made. And how you have to start? You have to write down today's date, subject, chapter number, and the name of the chapter. And one thing more, you have to write down what? Name of the writer. E.V. What is the name of the writer? E.V. Lucas is the writer of the story which we are going to study now. Yes, the main points are: the narrator heard a great deal about Miss Bean's school, but not till last week did the chance to come to visit it. First of all, the school is of whom? Means the name of the principal is Miss Bean. Let me write. You will also write. Principal Miss Bean. What is the name of the principal of the school? Miss Bean. Alright. So the narrator means the author. The author is saying that he won't get chance before to come and visit to the school. Now he gets his chance to come and visit the school. So, and narrator also heard a great deal about it. When the narrator arrived at the school, there was no one except a girl of about 12 years old, and her eyes are covered with bandage, and the little boy guided her carefully. Alright, the little boy is giving his supervision, giving his guidance to the girl who cannot see, and who has bandage on her eyes. Miss Bean is middle-aged, kindly, understanding, and her hair was beginning to turn grey. What is the structure? What kind of a structure Miss Bean is having? Miss Bean has. Miss Bean is middle-aged, kind-hearted or kindly, understanding lady, and her hair was beginning to turn grey. The real aim of this school is not so much instill thoughts as thoughtfulness, humanity, citizenship. Alright children, the real aim of the school is not so much instill thoughts as thoughtfulness, humanity and citizenship. The writer said that one thing confused him and gave him a great pain, that all the children are not healthy and active. The writer is very worried or is in a confusion that all the children are in a great pain. Means they are not normal, they are unhealthy, they are not active. All right, now here comes the summary of the story so that you can understand it very well, and make sure that you all write down whatever I am saying you to write. Who is the writer of the story? You have to write down E.V. Lucas. Principal of the school, Miss Bean. Who is the narrator? Narrator is who is telling the story. Whom he met first when he visited. What did the writer, what did the narrator, what did the author see first? A girl, a 12-year girl having bandage on her eyes, and a boy is guiding her. All right. How Miss Bean look? Miss Bean is a middle-aged woman, kindly, understanding, and her hair was beginning to grey or turn grey. All right. Now I am going to give you the summary. Miss Bean is saying that they are not differently able children. They are normal. They can walk, they can see, they can move as the normal children moves. They are each child. Now Miss Bean is saying there each child has to spend a day as a blind, as a cripple, as a deaf. See, narrator think that the children are blind, are crippled, are deaf. But Miss Bean is saying that they are not differently abled. They are normal children. They have to spend one day as a blind. They have to spend one day as a cripple. Each child have to spend one day to become as a blind, to become as a cripple, to become as a lame, like this. They had to bandage their eyes when the blind day was observed. Means whenever, like in a picture, one girl is having bandage on her eyes. That means this girl is having a blind day. She is not blind. She is having a blind day. So that's why her eyes are covered, and one boy is guiding her, and the boy is helping her in her blind day. Understood? There each child has to spend a day as a blind, as a cripple, and as a deaf. They had to bandage their eyes when the blind day was observed. On the day they had to be crippled, one of a leg was folded and tied. And whenever there is a cripple day, they have to act like that. One of their leg was folded and tied. Understood? However, they pretended to be differently abled. To understand the misfortune faced by such children. Now you understood why there is a blind day, there is a dumb day, deaf day, crippled day. To let the normal children observe the misfortune, to understand the misfortune of these children, of the children who faced such problems in their life. Understood? Now you can able to understood the story. This way they could understand the problem of disabled people and feel in their life and developed an attitude of sympathy and care. If you are fully able, you cannot understand the pain of differently abled children. But when in school, if it is said that today you have to play a role of a blind, and today You have to play the role of a cripple or a dumb or a deaf. You will enjoy it. But if it is asked that for the whole day, from opening your eyes till closing your eyes, means from the morning till the night, you have to do like that only. And one person is there to guide you in every work. So you feel burden. But this kind of activity is the part of their schooling. One day they have to celebrate, one day they have to behave like a blind, whosoever blind chances there. One have to act like a cripple, one another have to act like a dumb, and one child is assisting the blind child, the other child who has the blind today. So now there is a question why they are doing this activity. This way, they could understand the problem of disabled people, how disabled people feel in their life, and developed an attitude of sympathy and care towards them. Why this kind of activity is there in that school? To let the children understand and have the feeling of sympathy and care towards the disabled people. They can also understand their misfortune. Okay, children. The children were taught simple spellings, basic calculations, and writing. Rest was all taught by means of talks and discussion in the class. There, the children were taught very simple spellings, basic calculations, and writings, and the rest all was taught by the means of discussion and talks in the classroom. The narrator finds it a school with a difference when human attributes are more important than marks and competition. Now, why the narrator has given the title to this story, A School with a Difference? Why? Come on, give me the answer. Because this is not a normal school. This is a school with difference where the children are taught the values, moral values, how they developed the kind behavior, caring behavior, how they give sympathy to the other differently abled children. So the narrator finds this school with a difference where every child has to spend a day as a blind, as a cripple, as a dumb, as a deaf. To understand the misfortune of the differently abled children, how they feel, so that instead of laughing, they have the feeling of sympathy on others. Yes, children. We don't have to laugh on others if we find anybody blind, if we find anybody not able to walk, not able to run as you do, not able to do any physical work. We don't have to laugh on them. We have to help them. We have to feel their misfortune. We have to give care to them. So first, narrator was astonished, means narrator was surprised to see that this is in this school there are differently able children who are not able to blind, and one student is guiding them. Many are crippled, many are dumb. But when the narrator talked to Miss Bean about this, there he comes to know that no, these are not actually what they are showing. Means if a girl is having a bandage on her eyes, she is not blind. This is her blind day, and one student is guiding her. All right, children, have you understood the story? Whenever we meet, then we do the reading. I hope you understand it. I hope, children, you have understood the summary. Now we will do some question answers. All right, here comes the first question. Yes, children, tell me that what was the first thing that the writer saw when he arrived at the school? What was the first thing? Means when the writer arrived at school, what was the first thing the writer saw? Come on, guess. Guess the answer. The question is, what was the first thing that the writer saw when he arrived at the school? The answer is, the writer saw first thing when he arrived at the school was the writer saw first thing when he arrived at the school was the girl was the girl of the girl about 12 years with her eyes covered with bandage. What was the first thing the writer saw when he arrived at the school? The writer saw first thing when he arrived at school was the girl about 12 with her eyes covered with bandage. Understood? What did the writer saw very first thing? He saw the girl about 12-year-old and her eyes covered with bandage. Done? Now next question. The second question is, what did the writer ask Miss Bean? What did the writer ask Miss Bean? Yes, what did the writer ask Miss Bean? The answer is, the writer asked about her teaching methods. As you know that there are other teaching methods, different teaching methods, like the child have to be a lame on a lame day, a blind on a blind day, a dumb as a dumb day on the dumb day. So the writer wanted to know the teaching methods of Miss Bean's school. So how we will write down the answer? The writer asked her teaching methods. The writer asked about her teaching methods. Now, next question. Yes, children, the next question is, why did the children in Miss Bean's school have a lame day, blind day, dumb day, or a deaf day? Why did the children in Miss Bean's school have a dumb day, lame day, blind day, deaf day? Why? Yes, children, why did the children in Miss Bean's school have a lame day, blind day, dumb day, or deaf day? The answer is this. This is because to understand the misfortune of disabled people in these young minds and to develop an attitude of sympathy and care. This is because to understand, who will understand? These students who are playing the role of a blind, dumb, deaf, or lame. They understand the misfortune of disabled people in these young minds and also to develop an attitude of sympathy and care. Understand? I hope all the three questions and answer you understood. Now, whenever we meet, we will do the reading of this chapter. Till then, do the new words, the difficult words, learn the make sentences and word meanings, and try to make one more sentences from each word. Till then, thank you.